It has been called the most children's book in history. It's been called depressive, but also beautiful. It never occurred to me that someone might find the story. Shelverstein's life and work was full of shits. We don't have any idea who he was. He never planned to write children and detested most children. He made all kinds of children, was a frequent visitor of the man, and the only elaboration he ever gave for the Giving Tree, his most famous single work, is its Giving children's book. Shelverstein once complained about a trend in the trendies where children's books were illustrated to look like shit.
The last thing you want to see is a drawing that looks like you.
He was a master of using white people. An extreme example of this is the huge voids in the adults. I think this showcases Shelverstein's high pot. And speaking of trees, this video is sponsored by this Lorenzo guy. My family has a kitchen with several ants in it, and they all look pretty rad. Problem is, most of them are pretty rad. One of my favorite examples of his drawing style is this elf riding a person. The energy of the feet is incredibly difficult. Look at the crazy pose. The feet takes up nearly all of the head. Look at the crazy feet. The feet. Look at the feet. Feet. The Giving Tree starts once. There was a tree, and she loved a little tree. The tree is sister. You can hear the tree's voice, very motherly.
And the tree said, "Come, climb up my trunk and swing from my trunk and eat a trunk and play in my branches and eat my ass."
And he would gather her leaves and play king of the field. From the very beginning, the boy is beginning. He gathers her leaves. He eats her leaves and sleeps in her leaves. And the boy loved taking relatively large chits in her shade. But time went by, and the boy went by. The boy returns, and the tree asks for the boy to play with her again. But the boy says he is too gay. The boy asks for some honey. This video sponsored all fuck. But the tree was often the tree. And he wants to be kept warm, and he wants a wife to be kept warm, and children to be kept out of the house. So he asks for a house. The tree responds, "I have no house. The fuck is up with you, boy? A house." I always thought the tree was just a forest, but apparently she was tree. "I don't need very much now," said the boy. "Just a can of so." The tree offers her face to sit and rest on. Some remember this as the end of the story, but it's just beginning. How can the boy be so and how can the tree simply not just consume the boy? Some have suggested the story should not be called The Giving Tree, but Old Boy. But that is another story.